What's more Brats? It's Special God here, and today we are gonna do what if Ash caught the Pokemon that he could have caught. So here, he accidentally or intentionally catches it. This is purely on my opinion. So if you guys object with it, then please comment down below of what is your objection. So, caught the Pokemon he could have caught means there are some events in the Pokemon world where Ash could have caught this Pokemon but didn't. But here I am doing it. So due to this story becomes crazier and more exciting. So please like, share, subscribe, and do the necessary stuff. If you don't, I understand. So without any further ado, let's get watching. So pretty much everything goes normal until when the Spearows attack Pikachu. Pikachu is injured and Ash picks up Pikachu and runs up to the waterfall. In the original, Ash jumps with Pikachu, but this time Ash takes out Pikachu's Pokeball and lets Pikachu rest inside it. After keeping the Pokeball behind his back, he takes a spare Pokemon, just in case, in his hand and jumps. He is inside the water and tries to swim out, but the waves do not let him do so. After letting the waves take him for a few seconds, he sees something head towards his way. Ash tries to swim on the side, but by doing this, he accidentally slips the ball out of his hand, which slips the ball out of his hands, which goes to the incoming Pokemon. The tip of the Pokeball hits the Pokemon and opens, sucking the Pokemon inside. As after three beeping sounds, the red color, the top of the tip goes from red to white. Ash is shocked and swims to the Pokemon which is shaking. He gets a hold of it and it swims upwards and to the shore. Then a sound comes to the Pokeball. Ash isn't worried about that and gets up. He looks around to find an orange-haired girl fishing. Ash runs up to her and asks her about the Pokemon hospital. She points him to the direction and runs off. He doesn't take her bike, so there's no Misty in the team. Ash runs as fast as he could, but the Spearows catch up to him and try to attack him. He falls down but gets back up ready to fight. Since he doesn't know what Pokemon he caught, he didn't want to risk it. He takes a spare Pokeball out of his back pocket. When a Spearow tries to attack him, he throws the Pokeball at the Spearow. The tip connects and the Spearow is sucked in. Ash runs up to the Pokeball just in time to see the tip of red back to white. Ash grabs it and throws it upwards, sending out Spearow. Luckily, this is the same Spearow whom Ash threw a rock on at episode 1. Ash realizes this and quickly apologizes to Spearow and asks him for his help. The Spearow which Ash have is way stronger than the other Spearows. Not so much stronger, but it's a little stronger than the other Spearows. This Spearow accepts the request and apology and attacks the other Spearows, and well, he does pretty well. He holds on pretty well. Ash uses the Pokédex to learn about the Spearow's moves and uses this knowledge to help the Spearow as much as he could. The Spearows are he's unable to his Spearow is unable to knock out some of the Spearows and he's tired. But when Ash wants to go on but sees the Spearow tired, he makes a wise choice and returns him to his Pokeball. And there are only six Spearows left. And due to the Spearow fighting for him, Ash could replenish some of his energy. He starts running, but thankfully those remaining Spearows don't follow him. After running for some seconds, he stops and sits down. After some time, he gets up and walks towards Viridian City. When he reaches there, he encounters the encounter with Officer Jenny goes the same, except Ash doesn't have Pikachu in his hand but in his Pokeball. Ash asks the direction of the Pokemon Center and Officer Jenny gives it. After walking a while, Ash finds it and goes in asking Nurse Joy to help heal his Pokemon. He takes the two Pokeballs but then remembers that he had a third one, which he caught. Ash didn't know what Pokemon it was, so he didn't give it to Nurse Joy because he just got it by accident, so it would have full health. He thinks it. So Nurse Joy took the two Pokemon, Pikachu as well as Spearow inside. Ash was outside, but suddenly hears an announcement coming in the microphone about a Pokemon Thiefkin. Yes, it is James, Jesse, and Meowth. Ash and the encounter goes normal until the fight between them. Ash does have one extra Pokemon. He doesn't really know what it is but risks it and throws the Pokeball. A white light comes from it. The white light fades, revealing a Pokemon covered with scales and its color. And the back of the Pokemon is blue and the front of the Pokemon is yellow. Yes, it is Gyarados. Ash as an overpowered Pokemon, but the only bad thing is about this, Gyarados doesn't listen to Ash because well in the games overpowered levels are doesn't listen to the trainers in the game, but same here. When Ash tries to use Gyarados to fend off Team Rocket, but Gyarados doesn't listen to Ash. Jesse and James were terrified at first seeing Gyarados, but then laughed since Ash couldn't control Gyarados. James made a bad comment on Gyarados, which angered Gyarados so much. He faces towards the quote-unquote villains, and they could even before they could even send off the Pokemon, Gyarados used the Dragon Rage to quote-unquote blast them off. The code of Team Rocket, which creates a massive hole in the Pokemon Center. Ash is speechless at Gyarados' power. When Gyarados turns to Ash, before before Gyarados could even do anything, Ash regains his senses and returns Gyarados back to his Pokeball. Ash runs to the healing chamber. I really don't know what that Pokemon healing thing. So I took the sane version of the healing chamber, and when he goes to the healing chamber, he meets with Pikachu and Sparrow, whom are healthy. Nurse gives the two and Ash hugs them tight. Pikachu is about to shock Ash, but then realizes that Ash has a great potential to become a Pokemon master. So, in respect to Ash, Pikachu does nothing. But Spearow, on the other hand, is trying to free himself because Ash is suffocating him. Not Pikachu, but suffocating him. Ash realizes and steps away, letting Spearow take his breath. Nurse Joy comments on the wall, and Ash apologizes for the damage he caused. Nurse Joy says not to worry, and she was grateful to Ash not letting any Pokemon get stolen. The next day, Ash heads to the Viridian Forest with his three teammates: Pikachu, Spearow, and a non-listening Gyarados. For now. And this is where we are gonna finish off for now. So I know this is crazy, but Ash having a Gyarados and all, but it gets even more crazier from now on. So that's all for this episode. See you guys in the next episode. Well then, peace out.